Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. We've got a spirit message for you today. Scorpio, I was relaxing way earlier this morning, and it dawned on me. I say dawned on me, but spirit kind of kicked in and was like, Scorpio. And it was weird. I could see like the entire zodiac wheel, Scorps. And there was this, I'm going to call it spotlight, or this foggy mysticism solely around Scorpio. Like Scorpio was at the bottom of the wheel of the zodiac, which again is odd in its entirety because you are the 8th sign in the zodiac. So if we were going in order, but the interesting, okay, Spirit, thank you. Spirit is telling me to address this right now. One, this is a message you need to hear. I don't like saying to people you need to do anything because it's not my place to tell you what to do, right? But Spirit is saying you do need to hear this message, right? But this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Stellium placements, North Node, and Scorpio South Node as well. 1, 2, 3 on the clock. Confirmation of the same. This message is for you. The message particularly that Spirit brought to me, and I made a note before I forgot, is you are karma, but not the way that you think. You are the, I'm going to call it karmic healer, but you yourself have been, I'm going to say broken to some capacity in the past, Scorpio. So this could just be really traumatized or needing to learn lessons. And now, because you have a better grip, you have a better understanding of a process, because you are Scorpio, right? I mean, we cannot downplay the fact that Scorpio is the ruler of transmutation and alchemization when it comes to the light and the dark energies. And if you're here and you have your sun placement or rising moon, Venus, in some other spot, another zodiac, this does not make you unworthy. And I always feel like people might get triggered by the fact, because I do a lot of work here for Scorpio, but it's important to know that everybody has a very specific role in this life. When we come in as any particular sign with our birth chart as it sits, we have a purpose and a mission to the world, to ourselves, to our soul, to the timelines, to the gods, to do what we've come here to do. But I think sometimes, like, you think about it, some people are not, how do I put it? You think about a team, right? You got the head coach of the football team. And then you've got the quarterback, and you've got the assistants, you've got the sideline coach, right? You got the special teams, you've got offense, defense, running backs, kickers, offensive linemen, all the positions. Everybody's got a position, and I'm not saying that Scorpio belongs in the top position of head coach or maybe the owner of the team, right? But we all have a very specific job. Scorpio, I remember, was it last year, maybe beginning of the year before that, I talked about you being, I remember very specifically when this message came through from Spirit this morning, you were the karma. And when I said karma at that point, it wasn't like good karma, bad karma, but it came with Scorpio vengeance, stinger out, locked, loaded, ready to unleash some hell's fire of you just fucking watch me, right? Like there was a fire in your belly that came with anger and parts of grief and a resilience that said, you have held me down, what card? Underwater for so long. I'm getting this picture, hold on, I'm trying to think of what deck, where it's almost like she's holding herself, oh God, what is that deck? underwater. I have that deck. Hold on. I want to see if I can. I don't think it's this deck. What deck is that? Ah, I think it's the Justice card. Hold on. You could be dealing with a Libra. It does not have to be. You could have Libra placements. But she's holding herself like down underwater, and it's reflective to her. But I'm seeing you as what's underwater and somebody else trying to put your fire out through your own water energy, using your emotions, your feelings against you. You know, that's the past. Thank you, Spirit. That's the past. Like, I know I have a deck like that, or a card like that in a deck. Which deck was it? That's the past, Scorpio. Oh, I really just want you to see this. It's the Light Seers deck. It would be like towards the end of the deck, but it's because you're coming towards the end of a cycle, or you are at the end of a cycle, Scorpio. Jesus, where is it? If you're not watching the actual screen in this moment, I just went through this entire deck and I'm like, where's it at? Am I losing my mind? Hold on. This card, Justice, there it is. I don't know if we want to call it underwater, but you see the push and pull. But there is one specifically. It's underwater. She's underwater, but it's reflecting back. Okay, it's reflecting back. I'm gonna leave that card out. I keep hearing it's underwater, it's underwater, it's underwater, it's underwater. It's almost like, Scorpio, somebody standing there watching you during, I don't know why we're bringing up the past first, but I think it's necessary, where they've sat back and they've pointed a finger at you. And we're like, see? See, Scorpio? See? They wanted you to feel buried. They wanted you to feel trapped. They wanted you to feel drowned by emotion or what you felt, what you knew, what you saw, what you believed. It was meant to push you down, hold you back. Everything is reflective, right? Scorpio, everything in your life for a while might feel super reflective to you on what is fish, Pisces energy, because this is pushing you towards your purpose, Scorpio. I'm looking through this deck because I'm just like, I know it's going to drive me bonkers, guys. There's one with her being like held underwater, and I don't know why all of a sudden that's come through and it's making me insane, but here we are. It's about the workaround, Spirit said. So whatever that means to you, I don't know. I'm just the conduit here, right? I'm just transferring the energy. Call me the electrical cord for you all today. But there's that. So anyhow, point being here, Scorpio, and I think we're going to use this deck moving forward, that the hair, the long hair, if you have longer hair, I don't know what that's got to do with something. Somebody could be commenting on your longer hair. This person used to talk about your longer hair or something. Again, don't ask. I don't know. I'm just giving you what I've been given here. But the point being, this is what's brought you to where you are in this karma, Scorpio. You are karma this time, but not in a sting them kind of way. You are a healer. You are a teacher. You are a guide. You think about how good, I'm going to say how good, you've gotten at the defense mechanism of the Scorpio stinger. The defense mechanism, and I just talked about this yesterday in your weekly, about how blunt and brutal and dark that you can be, or I don't want to say callous, but dark that you can be to say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. It's a brutal truth that you will deliver without, you don't mean to be mean, but you're like, it's the truth, so let's just address it for what it is. Call it for what I see here, right? And that's what you're doing, Scorpio. Let me grab a quick drink of water. We're going to continue this message. But we're going to talk about, Spirit, what karma as a healer you represent. And I keep hearing broken to healed. Are we ever done healing? No. And that's something that Spirit is emphasizing. You're not going to be healed. But the healing you are doing, you've enforced Spirit, the whiplash of karma that some needed to have that stinger effect, right? It's like, psh, got you, hit you with the whip. But there are other people that deserve that softer, loving, nurturing side of you, Scorpio, and that too is their karma. Karma is not always, take it up the butt with a cactus kind of thing, right? Like, it's not quite, karma is not only brutal, but it can be positive. And you are representing a very important positivity in this next cycle. And that's what Spirit's touching upon here. So let me get a water and let's do this, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, Scorpio, I needed to get the water, and I was like, well, heat up the tea, and it's just all the things. So there's that. Okay, so let's get back to this message. So karma, what, Spirit, when we talk about the karma that was addressed this morning via Spirit, via you, Spirit, what is Scorpio doing? I'm hearing, what is the mission, Scorpio? What is the mission here with this? Bringing it into form. I got the chills. Bring it into form and inner trust. Scorpio, this is like, gives me Mother Mary kind of feel. This is a sacred, divine, feminine energy. That's, I'm hearing the term trust me. Trust me could be taken out of context. This is like somebody telling you, we're going to walk over this hot bed of coals. I don't know, running with something here. And it's going to hurt. This is going to be rough. But trust me when I tell you, it's going to be easier than if we went this way. This is ethical. Is that a word? I don't know. In nature, Scorpio, you are a spirit guide. For you light workers, again, pay attention to that. I really want to hone in on those of you that are Scorpio South Node in stellium, because you have this massive, powerful influence. And even if you don't have those, don't shy away from this, because you're going to see what I mean in time, guys. This may even, Spirit is saying, be there may be parts of your life right now that you seem extremely undecided or indecisive, or there is confusing energy around you that you haven't been able to make sense of. And the human perception says this should be black or white, it should be this or that, or even your own fears as you walk through something, through the valley of the shadow of death. It's not the death as in physical, Scorpio, it's the metaphorical death and rebirth cycle that is you. You lead the way. You hold the staff of knowledge on that path through that desert for others. And geez, this is a message unlike any other. Through that, Scorpio, you're bold and you're brave through this. You are built for rugged terrain. You're dedicated to the path ahead. Your human mind may be playing a very specific role that says, hey, we need to see this through the human lens of trauma and disappointment and previous heartbreak. And Spirit is saying, no, Scorpio. That's not what we're here to do this time. You have been broken. You have been down. You have been without. You have been hurt. And maybe for the last year, 2, 3 years, maybe, you've got to heal a lot of those things that have broken you down. And you may look at yourself and say, very humbly, I could say to you guys, like, I always kind of chuckle when I get to talk to some of you on the phone and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you. I always laugh and I kind of chuckle about it because I'm like, I just do what I love to do because this is what I love. You guys breathe life into me. Doing these readings, I could have a bad day. And when I find the emotional energy, I guess, to get here to this spot and sit to talk to you all and channel spirit, it gives me life force energy. It supports me in what I do. And in my, I don't know, it heals a part of me, I guess, maybe. So that humbleness that comes with that is like, you don't see yourself as somebody who has the capability to do something for somebody because you don't feel yourself that, maybe you're lacking the confidence. You don't see yourself as master educator of X, Y, and Z, right? But Spirit says your talents, your traits, Scorpio, your character of the spiritual realm is what we need from you now. We don't need you to intellectualize, humanize, twist, flip, psychoanalyze. We need you to lead with your loving and nurturing energy that has always been within but has been so subdued for so long, 17 on the clock, that now that it's becoming alive, now we need you to use that for the greater good. There's been parts of you, Scorpio, that you've had to subdue. Spirit's calling it by natural instinct recently, that was practice for the fact that you would not need some of the most brutal parts of your old self. You are evolving. You are forming into something different. And, as I say this, Scorps, if you're not a channel, God, I hate to sound like a salesman, but I'm going to say this. I did the channel memberships, I don't know, maybe an hour or so ago, and it should be about ready to release. But the numbers 2 and 5 came up, and I just happened to look down here. 41 breaks down to a 5. This inner trust is a 2, and justice, which is 11, also breaks down to a 2. So there's something to that read you may want to check out if you're not a channel member. We would love to have you pick the higher tier, because come Friday, that's all that's going to be left. Everything is getting condensed into that. So I don't want you to lose if you do join between now and then. So just pick that higher tier. So with that being said, Scorpio, you are leading people, and like I said, it's almost like telling someone, let's walk over this hotbed of coals, and they're like, are you fucking nuts? Like, I'm gonna burn the bottoms of my feet. And you're like, listen, I know if we go this other route, there's more danger in that Spirit for lifetimes to come than there is to go this way. Scorpio, this is not just a single person in your life that you're trying to lead that way, but it's kind of funny. Like, you think about, let's say, an amusement park. You got to go in. First step is you got to get your ticket, right? If you're going somewhere big, but it's those Busch Gardens, Kennywood, Disney, Universal, whatever. There's like all these safety checks, right? And I don't know that this is the best example, but it serves to the point that it weeds it out, right? That so you got to buy your ticket first. Well, you bought this ticket when you joined the world, when you agreed to come into this physical existence. Everybody did. So you've bought your ticket to this game of life. And now you're weeding out who has roamed around enough in life that do they meet the requirements of this game or ride to come along, or is it safe for them to come along? And Scorpio, so now maybe they all get in line and you're at the first gate, or the second gate maybe, and you're checking height requirement for this ride. No, let's say medical. Okay. You're pregnant, you got back issues, you got sensory issues, it's got, flashing lights and stuff. Any health issues that, I'll tell you in a second why I'm laughing. Any health issues that would disqualify you or harm you in riding this ride. I'm going to pause there for a second. I've got a humidifier running because with it being as cold as it is, the air is extremely dry, and the humidifier is an elephant, and its trunk is up in the air, and it shoots the water, right, the mist, and the cat got up on the table, go figure, to look out the window, and she has been trying to catch the mist the last couple of days with it being on, and the other night she was doing one of these, and then just now it's misting, and she sticks her whole face right up in it and just sits there, and that's why I started laughing, and then she got down, but I don't know, she's throwing herself right in the line of fire. So Scorpio, maybe you can't help but throw yourself into this. Curiosity, right? I don't want to hear curiosity killed the cat, but you need to be curious in life. So, all right, so that's gate 2, right? Pre-existing medical conditions that would not do well on this ride. Don't do it. Then gate 3 is the height requirement. We want to make sure your feet are going to be on the floor. We want to make sure that you're going to be able to hold on to the bar. That if you need to grip, you've got the perfect positioning to support yourself, even with everything being locked into place. Are you, in this case, physically fit, but on the big level, Scorpio, are you, you're testing others here, are you physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, spirit aware? Scorpio, I got the chills again. You're looking at someone and deciding. You are the gatekeeper, Scorpio. You are deciding if who or what is a part of your life. Are they willing or capable or aware enough to say, yeah, I can do this. I can at least try. I mean, I'm tall enough. I mean, I've never had to hang on for dear life before, but, excuse me. But, I'm willing, right? And you can tell that it's not from careless, reckless stupidity. It's coming from a place of confidence, or at least the belief that, I don't see why I couldn't. Like, let's try, right? Have you ever said, like, sure, let's give it a twirl, see what happens? Scorpio, that's your gatekeeping who comes, and it's not just, here's the fun fact Spirit is saying. It's not just for your own personal life, but it has to do with the world. So maybe too, even in your workings, even in the way that you work, you could see, I don't know, let's just say you had 100 clients. And now you're down to 25 and you're like, I don't know why it's like this, and it's a little scary, right? Maybe if you do hair or something, you're at 25 regulars and the other 75, like some new salon open and they hurry up and ran over there. And you're like, well, I'm not as busy as I was. Maybe I'm not making as much money as I was. But it's because you're cleaning things up, Scorps. There's an importance to that too. Does this increase? And Scorpio, I think that it does. Okay, so like the people could be maybe purging people. It will increase 3 months out from now, or March 3, Scorpio, March 3rd. Did I mention that the other day for you guys? I think it was you. Could be specific to that. Yeah, you've got, Scorpios, you've got people feeling some kind of way about certain things when it comes to you right now. Like you're not listening to them. You're not supposed to. It's not, you've done all the listening that your ears can take. You might be extra sensitive to sound, chatter, background noise. Everything this week could feel like nails to a chalkboard for you. And it's like, just give me quiet, give me peace, give me places to just sit by myself. That might be next week. It might be on and off. This sensitivity is going to last until April. Heads up. But this is like, people are frustrated with you for not listening, but and it's not that you're not listening to others. You're discerning who to listen to. And then, as you go about your way, Scorpio, you are discerning who comes with you on that. There comes that four. I just shuffled the deck. The Four of Swords came right back out with the Chariot. There is that pause. Like, you had a lot of forward momentum. You still are moving forward, but there's a pause. Because there needs to be some sort of separation. It will come back to you. Not, I won't say come back to you, being maybe your 75 hair clients from before. But you will get people, there we go. Spirit, Seven of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. You are going to get people who look at what you do or how you are as a person. Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance. And they're going to respect. That's the key thing. They're going to respect what you do. Let's say, I don't know, if we're just going to run with the hair thing as an example, you're a barber. And maybe you charge, I don't know, it's different for everybody, but we'll say $35. Maybe that's expensive where you are. And they're like, it takes you only 10 minutes to cut, razor, do all your fancy stuff. I'm paying $35 for 10 minutes to sit in this chair. What in the world? I can go to Susie down the road who opened another salon, and $20 I'm in and out, and that includes my tip. Maybe Susie is real good at turnstile. Revolving door, keep them moving. It's quality. Even friends and family, Scorpio. Quality over quantity. And you're really digging into the roots of each individual. I think personal decisions that you've made have led to this. Whether you knew it was coming or not, your personal decisions has brought you to this space. And I think for some of you, Spirit is saying some of your closest connections are now in sight. This is like having your binoculars and looking at the threats from a distance. Now you can bring the binoculars down and see what's been in front of you. Because you think about it, when you've got binoculars, all the things right in front of you, you don't see them. That blocks your perception of what is right around you. So when you take those binoculars down, Scorpio, and you see what you've been surrounded by your roots, then things get really interesting. You start to weed out, discern things, and there will be people who respect your position of personal authority and autonomy, and there will be people who vote against it. You are karma, Scorpio, in the best way. And it's not about you moving on and doing whatever you need to do, or, you know, your success is their downfall, or, you know, moving on with your life is their karma. They have to watch you glow. Scratch all that superficial shit. Yes, we need to have those moments. They serve a very important purpose, so I'm not downplaying where we've been. But this is deeper spiritual work here. You are, and I've said this for the last year, and you know, as time goes by, guys, and I do these readings and I tap into spirit more and more, I can recall certain parts of these reads from the past and about the time frame that certain things that kept coming up over this time started. And I remember saying to you, I think maybe a little after this time last year, you're going to lead by example, Scorpio. It might be your kids, it might be your dog, it might be the neighbor. You being the first person on the block to cut their grass this summer might be the thing that gets everybody else fucking motivated, right? Maybe it was last summer, I don't know. But the point is, other people are watching you. Some for good reasons, some for nefarious reasons. But this, I don't say this time around, because it hasn't changed. What has changed, Scorpio, is you. What you've healed from and now understand. It's been about you, not anything external anymore, right? We're not looking out beyond the great beyond, right? We're not looking out into, you know, it's like the Lion King, out to the Pride Lands. We're looking at our own rock. And in our own rock, and in this core dynamic, Scorpio, you've uninvited. Atlantis Morissette from City of Angels, uninvited. You've uninvited some people to the party. You've uninvited some people to your life. And there are a couple people, Scorpio, I'm going to say 3, and you, Scorpio, a couple things. I gotta make notes because I don't want to forget where this is going. There are about 3 people in your life, Scorpio, specifically. Could be more, and we'll address that in a second. 3 specific people in your life that you are going to be the leader. 3-3 on the clock, 33 on the clock. You're going to be the leader. You will lead by example. You will be the mother, the maiden, the crone. Doesn't matter your gender, right? Your nurture. Scorpio, you are a nurturer, right? You are a nurturer. You are a lover. You are a giver. You are a protector. You are that feminine support in a very difficult world in which we live in right now. Personal, external, it doesn't matter. You are going to be that nurturer in your personal world, but when you look out to the external world, how some people will cross your path is because of what is going on in the external world, and that's why that external is important. Even if it doesn't directly affect you, you're of course going to have your thoughts and your opinions and your ideas on what the fuck's going on. But as a healer, Scorpio, as a light worker in this world, those experiences, right? Let's talk about those experiences that you have had. God, I got the chills. Those experiences that you have had have led you to the work in which you've done for yourself to bring you to the here and the now. Okay, understand that. It's been a mission that you didn't even know you were on. Like Mission Impossible, Scorpio. You were on a mission you didn't know about. Now, we'll say the generations after you, that it held to be the generations of you, the generations before you, are having these experiences out in the world, and it's leading to these experiences that are either traumatizing them, confusing them, breaking them down, saying, here, you know, have your Jesus moment, get on your knees, say a prayer, question your belief system. Aquarius is going to make us question everything we ever thought we knew, including you. You're not exempt from that. I'm not exempt from that, right? All of us. I don't care who you are. I'm going to go, wait a second. This is not what this was intended to be. I need help. I need healing. I need understanding. I need to clear confusion. I need things to make sense again in my world. And Scorpio, these people that will be led to you. This is a big statement, but I'm going to say this to you, and I'm not trying to put you on some kind of crazy ass pedestal, so don't take it to the head here. Jesus had followers for a reason. Anybody who's ever had followers, there was a reason, good or bad. But Scorpio, as a mother, and not just, like me being a physical mother, or you being a physical mother or grandmother, scratch that. See this mother as a feminine, divine, empress energy that breathes life. Nurses, right? Man, woman, it doesn't matter. If you've ever resuscitated somebody, you have breathed life back into their body with the helpings of others and God, or whatever you believe in, right? It's the resuscitation of life. It could be the resuscitation of hope. So it doesn't feel physical though. It's hope. It's discernment. It's joy. It's to come out of a place of the deepest parts of despair. So when we talk conscious connections, when we talk about good, I don't say good karma, but when Spirit said, Scorpio, you are karma, but not the way that you think. You are leading. You have gone from broken to accepting a space of healing that many humans don't allow themselves to lean into. Because you've taken that next step, because you've spiritually graduated, because you continue to deepen your knowledge, it's almost like, I don't want to call it addictive, but it feels so good to have a deeper understanding of why things happen the way they do and what Spirit is leading you to. And through that, you're also strengthening that faith muscle. It says, I put faith into this before and look how it turned out. And I realized hindsight 2 years later that, was it rough? Yeah, it was. But wait a minute. Gratefulness. Look where it brought me. Was it worth it? Probably so. Because every other avenue I've taken has hurt me in ways that hasn't even brought me some equitable balance of healing. There are people, Scorpio, coming on your path right now, or are on your path right now, that don't even know that they don't even know, I have to laugh, they don't even know that by being connected to you, because they have had maybe confused intentions. Now, let me rephrase. They've had good intentions, but confused on how to do it. That by being connected to you, they don't see it as a, like, oh, I know Scorpio, so that makes me important. Or I'm connected to Scorpio, so I gain a benefit from being connected to Scorpio. They just know that they like you. Or they love you. Or you're an okay cat to have lunch with. Scorps, you're pretty fucking cool. It's like that. Like, it's no strings attached. Like, they don't tie on to you because you benefit them in some crazy ass way that if they lost you, they'd lose a sense of themselves, right? It's not codependent. It's not toxic. It's just, Scorps, it's you. Like, I've known you for a lifetime, and I've got a soft spot for you after all these years. Or, hey, Scorpio, we've known each other for a couple years, and I just genuinely like you, and you're a good person. Their heart is pure, even if it's confused. Their heart is pure, even if they don't know what to do sometimes. Even if it ends up coming off wrong or misconstrued, some miscommunication, mislabeling, misunderstanding. It's honest. It's honest. And Scorpio, those couple people in your life, you're a guide to. You stepping forward into this unknown territory of self-discovery. You automatically, instantly, without knowledge, become a guide to lead others, because you're not afraid to plant the seeds and see what happens. You're not afraid to take the risk and see where it goes. Tell me about these people that Scorpio will support in this journey. The Tower. I'm going to tell you, Aries, Libra, Taurus, fire signs, could be another Scorpio. I mean, it could really be any sign. But these are people, the Tower and the Eight of Wands, the World card. Something has happened, I would say, in the last 8 months, Scorpio. I don't know why I'm getting the number 9 with the Wheel of Fortune. Maybe September. Let me see. What is this? This is what I'm going to say February. It's not February yet. Let's go back to September. Wake me up when September ends, right? Some Green Day. Fucking Green Day playing at the Super Bowl. I like Green Day, but I got my opinions. Leave it there. But anyhow, Super Bowl's coming up, right? 2 weeks, so that makes sense. But anyhow, tangent, squirrel moment. There we go. September. So October, November, December, January. That's only 6 months. Excuse me. 9 months ago. So 9 months ago, Scorpio. Where would that take us to? I can't even think. So July, or no, when I say September, so August, July, back to June. Go back to June of last year, 9 months ago. Somebody started to have Tower moments. The Tower, the Eight of Wands, the World card. Fast. Like, think about maybe even your own life, Scorpio, how much has changed. I'm just going to throw it out there as a whole one with the Wheel of Fortune and the World, Queen of Wands. This could have been premonitions, too, that you had, or predictions of, again, harvest season is here. So there's something about that, maybe from June to September, right? That's pretty much all of summer. Summer was life-changing for this person and or you. I feel like the effectuation, if that's a word, you were in your own, it's like dry, it was life was a highway, right? Rascal Flatts, life is a highway. And then, what's that guy's name? Not life, Jimmy something. And damn it, hold on. He sang something highway. Jimmy, he was an African American male in country, and not Shabuzi. No, here we go. Right, Scorpio. Would you expect less? But some ditzy bullshit from me like this. Jimmy something. I keep hearing the other song, but I see his face. But I don't know. Just Google it. I don't know what to tell you. But there's something else about, like, not that life was a highway. Life was a highway. Not is a highway. Was a highway. But things were moving fast. That's the point. The highway, things move fast, right? In this energy. And that's what was happening over the summer. Things were moving faster. And now, boom, like, I don't want to go abrupt stop, but this is, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune in the World. Talk about the wheel turning and boom, like, there we are. And as I say that too, right, the Chariot, if you've had car issues, car accidents, anything too in the past year, that's getting ready to resolve. Anything Scorpio too. Whoa, here's a chills, they're multiplying. Anything from even June to the last full year. So go back a year to January, the end of January, Scorpio. Anything that moved fast, that had tower moments attached to it. Boss bitch, Queen of Wands. Hangman, Enlightenment, to the Queen of Swords. There's a pairing here that says, let's get down to business. Right? You're leading though, regardless, that's a side note, but you're leading. But for you with this person specifically, Scorpio, this person's life has done a complete 180 to begin with, to even get them on your crash course of learning. It's like somebody saying, we're going to speed up your learning process, but this learning process has been spiritual. Some of you, you could have had an option to take a course, but they said, hey, if you can do these things, it would cut your course down by 3 weeks. So, it gave you the option to kind of fast track something, Scorpio. The fast track in certain things, be cautious with this, because it's not all the things that you would like it to be, has been to support you. But there's other things, and this is where your very important discernment comes in, Scorpio. You're not supposed to move fast through that. And your healing here that you're doing in leading, slow and steady wins the race, Scorps. So don't rush that process. But some things on the 3D, day-to-day physical life will seem like they move fast because, the reality is, in this human existence, we run the freaking rat race. Get on the wheel, go, 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 go. Keep pedaling, keep on swimming, keep on going, right? So, with this person, Scorpio, they're so drawn to you. These people in general, they just look at you, and whether they your discipline's so important, whether they know it or not, and these people will likely, there's a Temperance card again, have a certain aspect of personal discipline about them, whether it's in their general routines or something that they do. Like, they have their own really interesting structure. Like, they can make structure for themselves and follow it. They're Queen of Swords in reverse, but it's not clear. It's like they're doing something that they know that they need to do, right? So let's say they feel like something's missing in their morning, so they start working out. Good choice, not a bad choice, right? Good intention. Maybe that's what I need to do. So I get up and I run a half a mile, blah, 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 blah. But maybe, Scorpio, you get up and you do yoga. I'm not saying that anything is right or wrong, but you do yoga and then you meditate for 15 minutes of yoga, and then you meditate for 15 minutes. This person gets on the treadmill, runs like a bat out of hell for a half an hour, pumped, ready to roll. I'm going to use this as a comparison. My other half, he likes monsters in the morning. I'm so against it, but that's his business, not mine. That's his go-to. I'm drinking tea. As you guys know, I can't do coffee anymore for health reasons. But I started off with a slow, smooth, right, honey and tea, and he's like, hey, monster caffeine surge, let's roll, right? So I'm just saying, just as a comparison there, so to give you an idea, the difference. Makes sense? They have their own routine, but they could be being spiritually led to a different routine. Your example could be Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords. It's tangibly showing up in their 3D world to give them knowledge, Queen of Swords, who may have been denying some particular truth, but I also feel like that's a resistance to a new beginning, but they've needed some sort of discipline. Like, it's only a certain personality. They've taken a personality test. There's only a certain personality that would lean into where you're going. They have to have confidence. They have to have some sort of self-discipline. Ace of Wands. They may not, I feel like they fight with themselves in general, right? But they're dealing with their own shadow side. It's interesting. They're still dealing with an old way of doing things, or an old shadow side of doing things, Scorpio. But you're leading. You being you is the karma. So when we talk about the karma, Scorpio, you being you is the karma. It's the good karma. It's the good kind, right? It's like that candy or that fruit or something. You're like, oh, no, I didn't buy that kind. I bought the good kind, right? Scorpio, you are the good kind. You're the good kind of mustard. You're the good kind of ketchup. You're the good kind of cherry on top, right? Give me more about Scorpio's part in this. I know this is long, but there comes an 8 of Wands again, Scorps. You're destined. 8 of Wands to the 9 of Wands. You're real good at running marathons, Scorpio. You don't need to run a marathon this time, though. Hermit, literally. You don't need to run a marathon this time. You need to be steady. You need to be patient. You need to be calm. Don't lose patience. Spirit is saying, like, if you've ever looked at somebody and said, I love you always. You could have told them this 7 years ago. Maybe you haven't talked to them since. But I love you always. You meant it when you said it. Even when they told you I love you always, and then maybe did some fuck shit and you haven't talked to them since. They meant it. And now I'm going to sidebar here for those of you who may be a little confused by that statement. If you've had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a parent who, in a moment of kissing your ass and your grits, after abuse or some codependent BS, or they've used you, and, you know, when they've needed something, oh yeah, they love you always. That's not who the fuck I'm talking about. Be discerning. These are the people that love you just because you're you, Scorpio, right? Not because they've gained. Again, I'm going to repeat that. I said this earlier. Not because they loved you always because you gave them something. These are the people that you have a conversation with and have lunch with, and you're like, you both split the bill and give each other a hug, and you're like, okay, bestie, like, love you always. I'll see you in a week or next time we get together for lunch. It's that, right? They just love you because they love you. So when you've looked at a person or you've told them, you know, I love you always, or something about the always, they're the person you always gather back together with. It's the person that you connect with when you need to the most. That's who this is, Scorpio. You meant it. They meant it. And maybe they've had to figure out some things because they became overcritical from a codependent environment that, there's the 7, boundaries. Literally the 8, 9, 7 of Wands. Because they went through something that changed them internally that they didn't even, I think it changed them, just like they're being led to you now. 53 on the clock. Goes around, comes back around, right? They got led to you. They got led away from you, but they're being led back for a reason. If you were separated from somebody, again, not toxic people and exes, okay? Or crazy family members. Or that jailbird boyfriend that you had that you wrote love letters to when you were in your 20s. Not that person. That's for somebody, oh God. No judgment, but I just makes me think of a friend of mine, but anyhow. You're being, I say, led back together. So Scorpio, but here's the thing. You're coming with a new set of rules. Literally, the devil sideways. 10 of Cups. the World card, where you would have before saved, rescued, I'm hearing even split yourself for others. You don't do that now. You're understanding the connection between doing nothing and being happy, and the devil in between that. And some of you could be struggling with, you're so used to giving everything that when you give, I think the way you see this is by giving a little bit, because you're so used to giving so much, you don't think you're giving anything at all. And there might be some guilt riddled in that. That devil, the Eight of Swords, you're putting an end to feeling bad when it comes to stuff like that. And you're handing over accountability to others for themselves. These are the people that will not take it personally, Scorpio. They might struggle with it, but they're not going to take it personally. Page of Pentacles, you're giving them grace. You're giving them the opportunity even when things are hard. Look, you're like, I'm going to keep you, if you need, it's like walking with somebody. You know, you're hiking with someone and they're like, man, I am just burnt out. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make sure the path is clear for where we're going. Let me do what I need to do. And when you're ready, carry on. You take care of you, drink some water. I'm going to forge forward and I'll come back for you in a little bit, right? Or if you can, catch up, or we'll meet in the middle somewhere. This is a planning phase to heal, Scorpio. You and whoever this is, Four of Swords, rest, heal. And there's the Empress. Four of Swords to the Empress. Like, let me lay down and love you. Okay, there you go. There's that. God. But it could be your cat. Let me lay on your lap, Scorpio. But you're nurturing people to health in a spiritual sort of way, Scorpio. Whoever this is in your life, you're loving them from a space as if they were your own child. But you're not letting it take away your identity either. You know, it's like, I've seen it so many times over the years of moms, and if you're one of those ones that I've talked to, I'm not, no shade, right? Where you've been a mom for so long, or even dad, that once your kids grow up, empty nest, right? And you're like, well, who the hell am I? Because for the last 18, 20 years, I've been mom, and I've run carpool, and I've done PTO, and I've, handcrafted balloons, and I've done t-shirts and races and graduations and concerts and sports, and now what am I? Right? When I have to come back to me, who am I? Your essence is driving people home to themselves, Scorpio. You're giving grace for people to become their own and figure it out for themselves. It's not your job to do it for them. And I think I said to you what yesterday's reading was like, you've got the tools, give them the tools, that you can't do it for them or something. Yeah, Five of Wands. The people you're used to, the star, I love it. The people you're, Jesus, I love it. The people you're used to dealing with, the Star and the Magician, Scorps, they want you to tie their shoes and pamper their ass. That discernment, that gatekeeping, that doesn't happen after you get on the ride. It's all for one, right? Like, or all for one, but you're fending for yourself. There we go. You're fending for yourself while that ride's going, because everybody's got to hold on. How can they hold on to you and them? So Scorpio, you're the magician. You're showing people how it's done. You're not doing it for them. It's like, here, check this out. Here, let me give this to you. And by the way, sun and moon, you're going to see the difference between, my God, I love this. The sun and the moon. Between these moon cycles for the next 3 months, I'm hearing they're going to learn a lot about themselves. In Aquarius season, they're going to learn a lot about themselves. Leo, Cancer, they're going to learn a lot about themselves. Pisces as well, right? North Node, you're going to learn a lot about themselves, but this also means you too, Scorpio. You're not exempt from that. Ace of Wands. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. That's leading in love. You're showing people there is a light side to this and there is a dark. And you have been in the dark, Scorpio. You have been that broken. But once you work through the broken, the light shines. There's clarity. And with the clarity, there's more mystery of what the next layer or level of this looks like. But they have been spiritually invited to this. Scorpio, you are the gatekeeper for that spiritual okie dokie. You're giving it to these people. And it's going to lead to a lot of healing. A lot of healing. Your whole landscape of the people in your life is going to be so damn different. If it's already happening. It's already happening. It's just expanding. And there could be distance, and there could be time, and there could be planning. And this is not going to change overnight. It might take until September of this year. But your job is to lead like Mother Teresa or Mother Mary. That's your job. The other thing I wanted to say to you, and when I wrote it down, I said you might be dealing with a Libra. For some of you, there could be I could say feminine Libra, and I will, but I honestly believe that it's female Libras in your life for you, Scorpio, because they represent nurturing, feminine, Empress energy, and justice. You may turn back to a female Libra and make, this doesn't feel heartfelt though. Here's the thing. It's not that there's not love involved, because you wouldn't, if you didn't love something, you wouldn't invest in it whatsoever. It's just not who you are. So you do, I think there's an admiration for the challenges this particular female Libra has faced. So they have some type of wisdom that you trust enough to give agency to. Because you think if anybody else would be fair, it would be them. If anybody else is going to see it through both sides of a situation, it will be them. They have some experience or knowledge, Queen of Swords, that makes them a good fit for whatever this is. I don't think that you've had a karmic or tumultuous, like a bad karmic relationship with this person, but it feels as if it's somebody that you can't, you needed, here's the thing, you need a deep-seated connection all the time, constantly, especially when you were in codependencies and toxicities. This person you could have thought was two-faced in some way, or they had to learn the difference of the healed and the unevolved, the evolved and unevolved Libra side as a female. And now that they are older, wiser too, you may trust them more. There's learned experience that they have proven to be competent. Thank you, Spirit. They've proven to be some level of competent that you don't put that faith in somebody else. And there could be a reconciliation of their knowledge and yours. Again, it doesn't feel super lovey-dovey or anything like that, but there's a mutual respect and understanding from where to and from where the other is coming from. And because of that, I don't think they'll ever be like a spiritual being like you, the way you do it. I think they have some understanding, but they're still being bamboozled by the 3D world and conditioning. like they're not quite getting something. There's an old father wound for them specifically. They're still working on. So for some of them, they will never, I don't say never, just as long as you know, there's that one part that they won't quite get. They kind of like want to kind of shadow over something. They refuse to see this one corner of this situation, Scorpio, that you can see. It's concealed from them, or they keep it concealed because that means they've got to dig deeper on a truth. I think some of them will get it as they get past 60, 70. It may actually really open up to them, and they'll be open to exploring that deeper. But 30 to 50s, maybe 60s, this is real specific, they won't, it's a learning curve for them. It's just taking them longer than you. Like they thought they had it figured out, and now they're realizing they don't have it figured out, kind of thing. But point being that you're going to reconnect with this person because they're on the 3D level, Scorpio, while you're sorting out other things on a spiritual side and a deep healing side. They're going to be able to assist you with something else that once it's done, you don't have to worry about it. 3 of Swords. It's King of Cups. 10 of Swords. I said you will trust them, right? And 10 of Swords is putting an end to the pain, the worries, the strife. You see it from an emotional place. 6 of Swords. Like, we can move past this. I feel like with this 5 of Swords, literally 6 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, 9 of Swords, you are going to be able to feel like you can trust this person to protect your gatekeeping. You're gatekeeping the ethereal and spiritual world. This person may gatekeep on the physical world because they still have that dirty grit, to play hardball. They've got enough. Oh, Scorpio, this is so strange. They've got enough skill in the. I said the Queen of Swords. She's blunt. She's brutal, and she'll say it even if it hurts your feelings. Again, Libra. I don't know what Libra specifically. They'll protect you. They'll guard you. They'll be like, no, this isn't fair. We're not fucking doing it this way. This is what Scorpio wanted and told us to do, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. 2 of Cups. They're gonna uphold whatever you ask of them. And they won't waver from that. Because they don't want to make a decision. Here's the kicker. They don't want to make a decision. They don't like to make decisions. They want someone else to make the decisions for them. So if you say, hey, I've already got this figured out, just take care of it like this. You got it, Scorpio. I can go file that paper. I can go do this thing. I can do exactly as you ask me to. No ands, ifs. They take great direction. And they'll do it. And it's done. You don't have to worry about it. You've got someone I don't think you ever thought would gatekeep for you in the physical. Gatekeeping so you can gatekeep in the ethereal. And you didn't even see that coming. And you're leading at least 3 people to a spiritual union, Scorpio. You are the conduit. You are the blessing. You are the happy home. You are the 10 of Cups. Even when it's hard, even when it's difficult, even when the devil rears its ugly head for you and for them, for their positive and pure intentions that they've come from without ever looking at Scorpio and going, let me see what I can do from Scorpio, ha ha ha. You are their answered prayer, Scorpio. You are the answer to an unspoken prayer. You are exactly what they needed and didn't know they needed it. For a lot of you, you could be dealing with a masculine or male energy. It doesn't have to be. You could be a female in masculine energy, right? But you are karma. Because you're a blessing, Scorpio. You are a blessing. You are a blessing that people don't even know they need. And, you know, and I'm going to say on the opposite side of that with the Justice card, Wheel of Fortune, literally. Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, Seven of Cups. Didn't even know they needed you. Didn't even know. Two of Pentacles. They had to pick. They have to pick this path, though, Scorpio. You can't lead it to that. You cannot drag the horse to water. You can't make them drink. They have to pick to drink. They have to pick to choose to do that. But you are what they didn't know they needed. So let's see if they take the bait. Don't coax. Don't pry. Just be. Scorpio, your job is to continue to move forward, to bring life into form as the example. You've opened that gate. Let's see if they walk through it. What a powerful message. Personal reads are open and available. I would love to hear from you. I hope this message made good sense to you. I get it. I see it. It's massive, Scorpio. You're beautiful. You're absolutely beautiful. I'm sending you all so much love. I'd love to hear from you. Personal reads again open and available. Info's in the description box below. Take wonderful care of yourself. Stay warm or stay cool, depending on where you are in the world. And we will chat soon. Take care. Bye-bye.